Hey, do me a huge favor before you start this episode, and please rate and review this show. By doing this simple task, it helps me rank higher on the podcast charts and helps me reach more entrepreneurs who are looking for free content like this. It will take you less than 30 seconds of your time. Thank you in advance, and I hope you enjoy today's episode. Here's an amazing idea on how to be more creative and more productive while I'm staying focused and yet still exploring alternative ideas and rabbit holes. And my thought is this: I could literally time block going down rabbit holes. So for example, I'm fully committed to Testimonial Guy 85% of the time, let's say 75 to 85% of the time, with an outlier going to 100% sometimes, or dropping down to 30 to 0% sometimes. And I have this idea for, which I've talked about, the hair guy idea. Although the hair guy URL is taken. So, you have amazing hair. I hear that a lot. So I was like, oh, what if my URL was, you have amazing hair? And gosh, I could get a t-shirt that says, you have amazing hair, and then put a QR code on it. Put that QR code on my t-shirt that says, you have amazing hair, with the QR code. Then people could scan the QR code and see where it takes them. Or they could just type it in. And you have amazing hair.com. So my thought was, instead of letting that just come up randomly or saying that's a bad rabbit hole to go down, the idea is time block those creative periods. So if I'm working on Testimonial Guy stuff, editing testimonials or writing SOPs or interviewing people or doing all the stuff that I'm doing to grow the Testimonial Guy business, that if I start to go, oh, I wonder about these other ideas, one of the other ideas specifically being, oh my God, you have amazing hair, and coming up with a business around that. So the business around that would be a supplement. And I could go along another rabbit hole here as well, in that I'm all into stories. Hook, story, offer. Russell Brunson's framework of hook, story, offer. And my big head of hair is an amazing hook. And I've developed the stories, which are true stories, about the hair. So, breakthrough moments, how it's helped me develop frameworks, how it's made an emotional connection to frameworks, how somebody cornered me at the top of an escalator and said, how do you get your hair like that? Which I told her, it forced me to think about the maintenance, or the routine, like the daily and weekly hair routine. That, hey, I do have a hair routine framework, and all of a sudden I had an emotional connection to it. And then what happened next was I went and Googled when I got home off of the airplane. I was like, what kind of foods do make healthy hair? And what else is there other than, how I wash it and what conditioner I use? Like, what's the rest of the story? And right, so I figured out the rest of the story, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's in my diet. So it's got me thinking, oh, I could make pills, supplements for people. and I want to go sell supplements and funnels because that's what I'm into is funnels right now in Russell Brunson land, and how amazing would that be, right? And I can start going down that rabbit hole, and it takes me away from the testimonial guy, which has legs, and I'm doing projects and I'm gaining ground, and I am interested in other things, and I do want to stay focused, and I want to continue on with, the testimonial guy. And if you listen to my last episode, I was like, I'm being ineffective with my time blocking because I'm going down rabbit holes or ancillary rabbit holes. So I'm like, oh yeah, I come up with excuses to actually not work on the project, but find things that are close to the project that are fun to do, but don't get the project done, right? And oftentimes I'll be working on something and I'll start to think about, oh, what about this hair guy thing? And I realized as soon as I hit stop recording on that last episode, I could literally time block going down rabbit holes. So it's like, hey, for this 2 hours during the week, this is when you go do your research and let your mind run on, you have amazing hair. Oh my God, you have amazing hair. Right? And I love telling stories. By the way, I've been refining and crafting the testimonial guy stories too. Got a good hook. What's your hook? And you might say, what is my testimonial guy hook? My testimonial guy hook is I get your customer testimonials so you don't have to. It's a great hook. It opens up lots of conversations and it's awesome. And then what's the story? Well, I've got a ton of stories around the testimonial guy. Like, how did I have the epiphany for helping people get testimonies? And how I've got all these great true stories around it. And so it's been, I guess I'll say this, and I know it's a bit of a diversion, but I just had some clarity today around how, oh my gosh, I am gaining ground. Like I'm gaining ground because I'm refining stories, I'm collecting stories, I'm paying attention to and documenting when the epiphanies are happening. When is this stuff going on? Like, collect those stories. And then hooks. I'm working on the hooks. I'm getting hooks. Next thing for me is offers. It's time to start working on offers. And that's where I am in this whole process, which is super exciting. Okay. There you go. Enough out of me. Time block rabbit holes. Time block distractions. Like, this is the hours I get to be distracted. I love it. I could go on and on, but I'm done. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Table Rush Talk Show. For resources to help you sell your stuff, go to belove.media/resources. That's belove.media/resources. And be sure to subscribe, comment, 5-star, and share. Thank you again for listening.